The sex tourism industry is worth billions, with millions of sex workers, both legal and illegal, scattered around the globe, including Africa. Now, the Gambia is one of the top destinations for sex tourism in Africa. With youth unemployment at 45%, some young Gambians are turning to prostitution. But the big issue is, how high is the price for a better life?
The Gambia, a small country in West Africa and a hot location for sex tourism. We head to the coastal city of Serekunda. Senegambia Road is the go-to spot for parties and prostitutes. The 77% host Edith Kimani is meeting Brit Deborah Ives.
Hi there, how are you doing? Good. You must be Deborah.
Yes, I am.
She has owned the Britannia, a bar on the Strip, for 5 years.
We hear that in the Gambia there are a lot of people who are engaging in sex tourism. Is this something that you've seen, you're familiar with, you're aware of, you've heard of?
I know it's going on, but I haven't actually seen it with my own eyes. I hear stories, but you don't know how much it's true. But yeah, I believe it's going on.
Do you think these young men and women understand what they're putting themselves into, the risks that are involved in such a business?
I've no idea. I've no idea. I mean, I've never stopped to speak to anybody, call it what you like, a victim or whatever. But you see, some of them won't stop it because it's easy money. These girls, they want the new jeans, they want the earrings, they want a new wig, they want, you know, the lipsticks. But they also need to provide for their family.
Deborah knows prostitution is going on, but she chooses to look the other way. Tourists bring in money after all. But is it really as simple as this? Sell your body to a stranger and afterwards hit the shops for a new pair of jeans? At night, the Britannia and other bars are buzzing with young locals and older tourists, both men and women. In the side streets, plenty of hotels offer rooms by the hour. It's the next morning, and we want to hear from the prostitutes themselves. Why do they do this, and how do they really feel about it? We're on our way to meet a bumster, as the male sex workers are known locally.
Just now we're so lucky someone called us and said we can talk to you, so we're driving there now. Let's see what he says. Hopefully we get him on camera.
Rahim, as he calls himself, goes to bed with men and women for money.
Yeah. You can see.
Does anyone know that this is the business you're doing here in the Gambia?
No.
How it works, how it starts, how the tourist gets connected to?
The people?
Yeah, the people.
Yeah, like how everyone connected, because when they are on holiday, they are on their self. So they walk around, so people see them, they talk to them. So it's up to them to see who is nice to them and do things with, you know.
How much money were you offered that you thought, you know what, this is actually good for me?
This was not that much, 1,500 euro.
1,500 euros might sound like a lot, but it's not. For this price, Rahim is at the whim of the sex tourist 24 hours a day for a whole month. With this money, he can support his family and his cannabis habit. He smokes to forget.
Is there one point where your brain switched and you said, it's fine, I have to do it, so I might as well enjoy it?
Not enjoyment, I don't enjoy it. No, I just do it for business, for the money.
Was it something you felt comfortable with?
No, I didn't feel comfortable with it.
How did you feel?
Terrible.
The majority of tourists to the Gambia come from Great Britain, the Netherlands and Belgium. Many are looking for sex. The client longs for a certain kind of companionship, while the sex worker longs for a different life. The Gambians who work in this business feel they don't have any alternative. In this majority Muslim country, the problem is played down. Youth Minister Henry Gomez says there's no need for action.
Gambia is a friendly country. They call Gambia the smiling coast of Africa. If they met a tourist on the street and talk to him or talk to her, I cannot just come and say, no, you should not talk to the tourists.
The tourism industry in the Gambia is being developed. 4 direct flights a week will soon be running between here and Germany, and there are bound to be sex tourists among the passengers. The only politician to get worked up about this is Tourism Minister Hamad Bah.
We have this belief that bumsters are a value that can increase tourism. I'm coming. Let me land, madam, please. Let me land.
Go ahead.
Let me land. The fact of the matter is, this country's image have been battered heavily.
Yeah.
I was in Europe suffering everywhere, and I discovered things that are so disheartening.
I agree.
I discovered that we are considered a sex destination country.
Gambia's reputation for sex tourism is not new, but there's little politicians can do about it. The bumsters are simply offered too much money to refuse. But what are they sacrificing in return?
Did it feel good at any point?
No, I never feel good at any point because the first time I involved, after then I get paid, I started regretting.
You started what?
I start feeling guilty about it.
What would you say to people who might judge you?
If they judge me in that way, they have all the right because I shouldn't have.
Was it worth it, the money that he gave you? Did it help your family?
At the end, I thought it doesn't worth it. At the moment, the time I was doing it, I think it worth it because I was in need of it. But after I see it as it doesn't worth it.
Tourists bring in money, that much is clear. But can any amount of money really make up for the effect that sex work has on the young people here?